Hello, I am your teacher, Mr. Pachiti, and this is my classroom here in Omaha, Nebraska. So put away your mobile phones, put away your hungry hippos. It's time to concentrate, it's time to study. This is Smackdown Live, and this is Graded. Kicking things off with Renee Young, who welcomes the newly reformed Team Hell No to the ring, and I will say that I'm really enjoying this already. Like, after a really lackluster feud with Big Cass, I'm excited about Daniel Bryan again, and I'm even excited about seeing Kane again, which, at this point in his career, I didn't think was possible. Not too much to say about this promo. Daniel Bryan and Kane, of course, are challenging for the SmackDown Live tag titles at Extreme Rules, and you've got to assume that they're going to be the ones to finally topple the Bludgeon Brothers. Not SAnitY. Oh. The thing about Team Hell No is that it's comedy done right, which is something we so rarely see in WWE. I loved Daniel Bryan saying, "Kane, you tried to abduct my wife," and Kane goes, "Tried." Anyway, they're interrupted by the Usos. The Usos come down the ramp and they say apparently all you need to do to get a tag title shot is hug, which is actually a fair point. And then they're interrupted by SmackDown Live General Manager Paige, and Paige says that Daniel Bryan and Kane will indeed be challenging for the Smack Team tag titles. Her words, not mine. But first, they have to go through the Usos tonight. A fun opener, nothing special. I'm going to give it a C+. What I really love about Team Hell No is that it's really clear that both Kane and Daniel Bryan enjoy their roles. Like, they're having fun on screen, so it's more fun for us as viewers to watch. And that's really good. We then get a quick backstage promo from the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy. He's all painted up in the red, white and blue because, of course, yesterday was July the 3rd. Today is July the 4th, and he teases the US Open Challenge, his US title Open Challenge, which is something that only came about because Shinsuke Nakamura got bit by a dog. Thank you, dog, because I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, who is his opponent? It is The Miz. A solid match here, as you would expect from these two. At one point, The Miz hitting a vicious boot to Jeff Hardy's face. I think people often talk about The Miz's great heel promos, but they don't talk enough about his in-ring work. Like, his character, his wrestling is so reflective of his complete dickhead character that I think he's an underrated in-ring storyteller. Really enjoyed this match. The match ended after Jeff Hardy hit the Twist of Fate, followed by the Swanton Bomb, which was actually following The Miz pinning Jeff Hardy, but it was a dirty pin and Little Nate was not having any of that. Still US champion Jeff Hardy. This one gets a B from me. I think the most beneficial thing about Jeff Hardy's Open US title challenge is that if the goal is to still feud with Shinsuke, which it is, and I think that's probably going to end in Jeff dropping the belt to Shinsuke, probably at Extreme Rules, then the belt feels bigger for being defended more, and Jeff Hardy feels like more of a fighting champion. So the moment when Shinsuke captures that belt will feel bigger because of that. To the ring again, and what the pissing hell do you look like, Byron? The absolute state of that man. Anyway, it is time for the inaugural 3rd of July pancake eating competition. The idea here is that each member of the New Day, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Big E, all have 5 minutes to eat their pancakes, and the one who... I'm explaining a pancake eating competition. It's what my life is now. Fortunately, after just a few seconds, everything is ruined by SAnitY. They come to the ring and they trash the New Day. Killian Dane throws Big E into the announce table chairs and then hits that amazing crossbody on Kofi Kingston. And then they put Xavier through the table with the big elbow drop, which is a beautiful move executed so perfectly. This was great. I'm giving this a B+ because it's such a step in the right direction, especially following last week's SAniTY's loss to the Usos and Jeff Hardy. I didn't understand that at all. This is back. We're back on the right track. Please don't waste SAnitY. Please. B+. Next up, it's a battle of the sexes. James Ellsworth versus Asuka, and I can't give this more than a C. It was essentially Asuka kicked the crap out of James Ellsworth for like 5 minutes, and then Ellsworth ran away, got counted out. Asuka is the winner, and then Asuka goes and chases James, and James hops the barricade to come back in, and then as Asuka hops the barricade, she's taken out with a shove by Carmella. There's not really much to say here. At least James Ellsworth didn't get any offense in. Backstage now, and Daniel Bryan confronts Kane about all of the horrible things that he's done to him over the past 5 years, like Kane apparently used to call Daniel Bryan's house and just breathe down the phone for 20 minutes. 20 minutes! Apparently, I think he left a disemboweled squirrel on Daniel Bryan's front porch or his lawn. And then Kane says, "Look, Daniel, you're like a brother to me." To which Daniel Bryan replies, "You set your brother on fire." Again, comedy done right, but too short to grade. Next up is WWE Champion AJ Styles versus Aiden English, and we get a quick AJ Styles promo before the match. There are dueling Rusev Day AJ Styles chants. It sounded like a 50-50 audience split, and then he is quickly interrupted by the man himself, Rusev, who causes the distraction, allowing Aiden English to pick up the upper hand from the off, but that doesn't last long, and he is quickly put away with a calf crusher. This match gets a C from me, I guess. After the match, like the bastard heel he is, Rusev attacks AJ Styles, locking in the accolade to close the segment. I'm excited for Rusev versus AJ at Extreme Rules. Like, we've waited so long for a Rusev push, and that's finally happening now, but he's 100% being presented as a heel, which makes me think that he's probably not going to capture the gold, which is fine, because I think if he did capture the gold, he'd probably be a transitional champion. Anyway, I think the most important thing is that Rusev has a really strong showing at Extreme Rules, so maybe he's not in the title picture anymore, but his push continues. He needs to impress those in the back. Quick Iconics promo, they're annoying, followed by a promo from Paige where next week on SmackDown she has made the match James Ellsworth versus Asuka in a lumberjack match, not a lumberjill match. That is the women's evolution for you. Next up, Becky Lynch versus Peyton Royce, and this was a strong showing for Becky Lynch. She put away Peyton in just a few minutes with the disarmer. I can only give this one a C just because it was so short, but once again, Becky looking really strong, and the commentary team are really pushing the idea that she's winning lots. Like, I really think we're going to get Becky Lynch versus the SmackDown Women's Champion at SummerSlam, given what they're doing with Becky, and given the history that Becky and Carmella have. I think that's the match, and I think it's going to be great, and I think Becky might finally get her moment. Backstage promo from Shinsuke Nakamura, who of course will face Jeff Hardy for the US title at Extreme Rules, and he finishes his promo by saying, "I will take away your United States title." Ruff! Like, is he becoming a dog now? Is this the angle? It's like a werewolf thing? Whatever. Main event time, and it's the Usos versus Team Hell No. If the Usos win, then they will be added to the SmackDown Live tag title match at Extreme Rules. My favourite thing, before I even talk about the match, was commentary bigging up the fact that Kane was trending worldwide because of the reunion of Team Hell No and the fact that he's on SmackDown again, despite the fact that Kane had been trending for several hours following the England-Colombia game. Overall, a really fun match here, which gets a B from me. I did think it was possible that the Usos were going to pick up an upset win here so that they could, in turn, take the pin at Extreme Rules, protecting the Bludgeon Brothers, but nope. My favourite part was the finish, where the Usos went for the double Us. Kane catches both of them. Daniel Bryan hits the knee. Kane hits the chokeslam. Your winners, Team Hell No. Kane is, of course, slower than he ever has been, which is completely understandable given the fact that he's been wrestling for about 400 years. But I think the pairing of him and Daniel Bryan is a sensible one at this stage, and I'm excited about seeing both of them back on TV, but especially Kane, which is, as I say, is something I never thought that I would say. So yeah, it's really good. The SmackDown ended with a stare down between the Bludgeon Brothers and Team Hell No. The SmackDown Live tag titles at the front and centre of SmackDown. Nice. Overall, an enjoyable show, which I'm giving a B-. Nothing remarkable, but most importantly, SmackDown makes sense. Like, the titles are built upon week after week, and they feel like the ultimate goal of every superstar on the brand, no matter that superstar's placement on the card. That's what a wrestling show should be. They should all be fighting for the most prestigious prizes in the company. I like SmackDown. It's good, isn't it? I will say once again, there was no sighting of the Bar, no sighting of Samoa Joe, which is really frustrating. Like, why trade them over from Raw if you've got nothing for them? That doesn't make sense. Maybe I'm nitpicking. Maybe I'm nitpicking. Happy 4th of July. I should end on a joke. What kind of tea did the American colonists want? Liberty. See ya. So that's all from me. Thanks for watching, and you can follow me on Twitter here. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.